Hello, welcome to True Audio with Johnny Truesdale. This is episode 32. We're going to talk about sample rates. There's a lot of debate about what sample rate is best to use, so forth and so on. I'm not going to really get into that debate. I'm just going to give you some information, and you could decide for yourself what sample rate you want to use. But without further ado, here's episode 32. Alright, here we are, True Audio with Johnny Truesdale, and we're going to talk about sample rates today. Okay, so to first define it, let's just talk about very simply analog versus digital. Analog is continuous, and which means it never stops. It's a flowing of electricity. When we're talking about analog, we're talking about electricity at that point. Digital is snapshots or samples. Think of it like you're taking pictures of something constantly. So if you take enough pictures of, let's say, somebody riding by on a bicycle, and you put them all together and you play them back, they look continuous, but they are not. So sampling is how many times per second each snapshot is taken. The different sample rates that we deal with in Pro Audio are 44,100, 48,000, 88,200, 96,000, 176,400, and 192,000 samples per second. So the most popular sample rates are like this. It's the number of times per second something happens. So we refer to 44.1 kilohertz or 44,100 times per second. The most popular are 44.1K and 48K. 44K is considered the audio standard. That's what CDs are. And 48K is considered the video standard when you're recording something for video. They're the two most popular in the world. That doesn't mean that 44 is only audio and 48 is only video. You can use 48 for audio as well if you want. And many popular albums have been made at 48. Those two are the most popular. And we move up and we double the 44 and we get 88.2K. And double the 48 and we get 96K. And high-end studios or higher sample rates, they'll use those as well. I don't see very many albums recorded any higher than 96. 96 and 88.2 are the highest that most of them are recorded. And a matter of fact, a lot of albums are recorded at 44.1 still or 48. As far as does this make a difference in this debate, and everybody can go, well, it does make a difference, and this makes a difference, and it sounds. And I do notice some things at 96 when you're recording drums, and you're recording cymbals, and you're recording the high end of something, because the waveform gets smaller, and the number of samples is more accurate as the waveform gets smaller. That's one reasoning for 96K. Do I think it makes that much of a difference? I don't that much, because tape was nowhere near any of these sample rates as far as resolution. Audio file ranges are considered at 176.4 and 192. You'll get tape transfers, old tape transfers that they'll do at that high. Most converters won't play back at 176.4, 192. A lot of converters are 96 and under. I tend to like 96 as the highest that I would ever record at. Again, this is subjective. I'm not getting in an argument about it. I'm just talking about it. You can decide what you want. That's pretty much all I have on sample rates. It's pretty much cut and dry. It's not very difficult to talk about. Use what you want, and don't let anybody else tell you that something is wrong or right. There's just as many hit albums made at 96 as there are at 44. As a matter of fact, there's probably more made at 44. So this is just some knowledge to tell you what's out there and give you a little bit of understanding of sample rates. That's all I got for this week. I'll see you guys next week.